guys, rear end's done. Got all them brake lines ran, everything went good. We're gonna put washers on both them shocks. The kit didn't come with the big washers to go up against the bushings. Picked them up today. Got my bolts in here for the fuel tank mount. We're gonna get that thing bolted up, get the fuel tank on, probably run the fuel lines, and go from there. Alright guys, I'm going to show you a real quick test here. I got the sending unit out of this 81. I got my ground hooked up here with a set of ice grips. I couldn't get a good ground up here where the actual ground comes off of it because it's so corroded. But that's grounded. I got my voltmeter set to ohms to 200. Come down here. And as you can see, I get some continuity between it. But as I start raising the float up, I lose it. And whenever it comes back, if it comes back, it jumps all around like crazy. So I could tell this one was bad. Now let me show you what the new one looks like. Got my new sending unit over here. Got the voltmeter on it, set to ohms, 200. Black to ground. And as you can see, as I raise this float, everything's nice and steady. I'm not losing continuity at any time. It's making contact the whole time, and as I raise, it raises. And not only can you see it on the voltmeter, but you can feel it in this one. You can hear the distinctive clicks. You can tell that old one was just shot. So just a little something I want to show you guys, just a little tip. Now I should hopefully have a working fuel gauge unless I have any other problems on the truck. So let's get back to work. Alright, fuel system is 100% done. We have our sending unit installed, got our ground ran to the frame there, we cleaned it off to make good connection, undercoated over it. Got our lines here all connected, made new crossover lines over here to run into the factory in-frame lines. Got them connected up. Now it's ran all the way up to the front to where we got some rubber hose that connects right onto the bottom of the fuel pump. So now that the fuel system's ready to go, I think we're going to jump on these front brake lines. We're going to cut these brackets off here, maybe grind the rivets out and get the whole bracket off. Weld it down here, spin it and weld it, and that should let them factory rubber lines come right up underneath the frame. Then we will have to take these hard lines off the frame up here. Right now they run here underneath the motor mount. We got to get them pulled out and dive underneath and to the bottom of the frame to connect. That shouldn't be too bad. That's going to be our next project, so let's get at it. Well, as bad as I was dreading that, everything went pretty smooth. I cannot complain. Got to touch up my paint a little bit there on the frame or the undercoat, make that look a little bit better. But I was able to grind them rivets out. The back bolt here I used was the existing motor mount bolt. Worked out pretty slick. Drilled one new hole up there, got a bolt in it. Everything's nice and sturdy now. Dropping this down, this bracket here spun when it swiveled down. So whenever I put this line on the caliper, it does kind of turn it just a little bit. It's not really in that much of a bind. I jacked it up, turned the wheels back and forth. Everything still works smooth. It never gets tight, never gets pulling on it too hard. So I think that'll be just fine. Also got my hard line reshaped here. Pulled it out, went underneath that cross member and formed it to where it goes underneath the frame and 90s right into my mount over here. So all in all, everything went very smooth. I get that touched up, you'll never even know I was here. So let's get that other side started. Hey guys, it's actually Phil from the future. Want to show you guys what you have to look forward to. It's going to be coming up in a later part. But I want to say I really appreciate what everybody's doing for me, watching, subscribing. And if you like what I'm doing, please hit that subscribe button. I'm trying to grow this channel a little bit so I can keep doing projects like this. But in that video, we got all the fuel system done. We got the brakes done. Pretty exciting stuff. Ready to move on to the next step. We're going to start on that motor. So it's pretty epic. Hope you guys stay tuned.